Hello friends, I am delighted to welcome you to this brief presentation which provides you a quick overview of the two-day practical workshop on COBIT which is organized by ISACA Bangalore chapter. I am CA Abdul Rafeq who will be conducting this workshop. I have been a past member of the COBIT task force. In this brief presentation, I will give you an overview of why you should attend this workshop, what you can learn and how you can apply this learning to your practical area of work. This is my brief profile. I passed my CA in 1985. The CISA certification I got in 1995 and I've also got various other certifications. This is my career highlights. You will notice that I have been a user of COBIT since the first edition of COBIT was released, and having been a member of the COBIT task force, I got inside perspective how COBIT was conceived, designed and made for practical usage. In this unique workshop, I'll be sharing these practical perspectives. Let's get an idea of why COBIT is still relevant. When COBIT was designed, it was designed to help professionals and enterprise derive and deliver business benefits. It has continued to evolve over the last 2 decades, from one single publication to multiple publications covering diverse areas such as governance, risk management, compliance, and assurance. And COBIT can also be used from different perspectives. COBIT is still relevant in the modern age where there are new digital platforms, there are new digital technologies and new business models. Whether you want to apply COBIT for information security, cyber security or digital securities, or for enterprises large, medium or small, COBIT can still be very much relevant and it can help enterprises survive and thrive in the digital age. Why should you attend this workshop? You can get a practical perspective of the various COBIT publications, learn how to navigate, dive down, select and customize the COBIT content as required. You know COBIT is a repository of the best practices from various international publications, standards and frameworks. You will be able to supplement your domain knowledge and expertise with the COBIT skills so that you can advance in your career. What can you learn and apply in this workshop? First, as we said, you will get a practical perspective of understanding why enterprises need to derive value, which are the areas they can apply, what are the specific areas they can apply, and how you can dive down and pick up the relevant contents and adopt it as required. So we will know why, know what, and also know how to use COBIT so as to deliver value in your chosen area of work. Quite often, COBIT is taught from a macro perspective. So we'll give you a macro perspective and insights of the COBIT principles, enablers, dimensions, goals, and practice metrics. We'll also show you how you can develop standard templates for using the governance management practices, the RACI chart, the input-output matrix, and the activities. And most important, how can you automate this process of selection of COBIT content and customization of the COBIT content so that you can standardize this approach and use it in your chosen area of work or in your enterprise. The most important thing is the value of COBIT is in its effective implementation, and that's the focus of this workshop. How you can effectively implement COBIT in your chosen area of work. What is the focus of this workshop? First, we'll take you from concept to practice. This workshop is not about the tools, not about the text, but about the tools. It is not about the content, but about the techniques. We'll focus on practical usage. It's about application, not just obtaining a certification which you can add as a label. You will learn how to develop your own templates, not just understand the concepts of the principles. You'll also know how to select and customize COBIT content as required and move from the macro to the micro. We'll focus on specifics, not just the philosophy of what COBIT is all about. You should be able to get actionable insights during the workshop which you can apply to your area of work. So the focus is on skills, not just information or knowledge, so that you can learn and apply this in your area of work. A few more ideas. Quite often you find COBIT workshops provide you a helicopter view of all the COBIT publications, the principles and the enablers, etc. But here we'd like you to dive down and pick relevant content as required. So we'll not only give you a fish, we'll teach you how to fish from the perspective of COBIT usage. It's not just about the structure, but the architecture of COBIT, which is important to understand. You will get not only a binocular view of what COBIT all provides, but also a microscopic view so that you can drill down and get into the nitty-gritties of specific COBIT application as applicable for your area of work. You will get insights, not just information. So the focus of the workshop is fundamentally is about learning by doing, not just by listening. Let me summarize the COBIT sutras of success, which will be discussed and deliberated in the workshop. You'll first of all understand what is the vocabulary of COBIT in terms of the glossary of terms, the key terms you should know. Understand the processes, the key flows, linkages, and the processes and the systems. Understand the holistic and the simple standard structure which is underlying through all the contents of COBIT. You'll also understand the underlying logic and flow of the various COBIT publications and the COBIT components. You will learn how to chunk down the COBIT components into and break it into specific areas, and you will get the right perspective so that you can get insights right to apply COBIT. So it's all about remembering and knowing that COBIT is not rocket science but codified common sense which can be applied and which is relevant in your area of work. COBIT provides a holistic system to demonstrate value. So it has a systematic approach. It provides a collection of best practices, and you can use it as a tool to understand, utilize, implement, and direct information technology or deploy information technology so as to derive value. Who should attend this workshop? This workshop will be useful to both the novice and the experienced professionals. This will be highly useful whether you are at the management, whatever level of management you are. It could be useful for IT governance professionals, assurance professionals, risk consulting, and compliance professionals. We'll be discussing different case studies covering different areas of work and from different perspectives. You will learn concepts and practice by applying this knowledge of COBIT repository from a macro perspective. You will understand what are the COBIT principles, enablers, dimensions, goals, and metrics briefly, and then we'll get into how you can actually develop standard templates and apply this to real life practical situations and scenarios. You'll also learn the practical approach of steps for adopting COBIT for governance, IT management, enterprises management, etc. And most important, I'll share with you how you can automate this process of COBIT selection and adoption by using the content from the COBIT knowledge repository and also the holistic approach to adopt COBIT for any scenario so that you can progress in your career. The focus of the workshop would be on specific case studies and scenarios. So you will be learning specific areas of application. For example, how to use COBIT for benchmarking security policy and procedures. How can you evaluate the risks of an e-commerce portal? Reviewing security for digital payments. Identifying best practices for outsourced cloud services. Building resilience for digital enterprise. Enhancing frameworks for e-governance services. Or providing assurance of software or evaluating IFC controls. These are sample case studies which will be covered in the workshop. What are the mode of workshop delivery? The participants have to bring the laptop to work with COBIT contents which will be provided to you in MX Excel templates. The workshop is custom designed so as to dynamically help the participants. Depending on the type and the organizations from which the participants come, we'll adopt the case studies so that you can know how you can apply COBIT to practical issues and challenges. You can demystify, demonstrate, and help you learn how to navigate and select COBIT content. So at the end of this workshop, you will know that COBIT is not a mystery, but it's a very simple standard which can be adopted by you. The workshop is supposed to be highly interactive with interaction, exercise, and group case studies, which will be discussed by the participants in groups and which will be moderated by the workshop leader. We'll also ensure that the participants make presentations to clarify and confirm the learning. What are the key message? First of all, why you should know about COBIT. The age-old methodologies cannot be applied to new age technologies. Who should attend the workshop? If your organization is using or is affected by new digital platforms and there are new business models, you need new perspectives. How can you use COBIT? COBIT provides practical, actionable insights to add value, and we'll help you discover this process of discovering actionable insights from the rich repository of COBIT knowledge. When can you use this COBIT? When should you learn about COBIT? So you can use COBIT skills to move into a new orbit in your career. The time to learn is now. So my request to you is to upgrade your skills now. So I invite you to attend this 2-day practical hands-on workshop to explore how to use and apply COBIT 5. This workshop is unique and novel in its approach, and the focus is not just helping you to add a label by getting a certification, but I would like to share my expertise and experience of more than 2 decades so that you can transform your knowledge and take it to a new level by applying the COBIT knowledge repository. There are limited seats. You can register by contacting the chapter. You can also register online. Thank you very much. I look forward to meeting you in the workshop, and we'll all have a great learning experience. Thank you very much. Bye.